What up, Dokkaners? Let's talk about the new Dokkanfest that has just been announced. Kid Goku from the Path to Power is going to be showing up next on the JP side of the game. Now, this doesn't apply to global just yet, but there could be some things that are on the horizon for this celebration that would directly impact global. And the sooner you are aware and can prepare, the better off you might be, which we'll talk about in a bit. But let's just first start off by talking about this Kid Goku and the Path to Power. In terms of my gut reaction, I love this because Dragon Ball Saga has been dying for more units, for more representation, and you guys know that is the number one thing I love about Dokkan, bringing every single moment into the forefront with Dragon Ball. That is the key, and that's what I love about this game. Giving some attention to Path to Power is really good because Path to Power is a very unique situation. And by the way, also JP's getting a new stage for Quest, if you guys are wondering. But Path to Power, let's talk about this. The Path to Power is basically like an OVA. It's not something you have to watch, but it is basically a retelling, like a high budget retelling of one part of the Dragon Ball anime. It's not all of it. The Dragon Ball anime can basically be summed up in three major components. You got the Red Ribbon Army Saga, you got the Demon King Piccolo Saga, and then you've got the World Tournament Saga, or vice versa, however you want to look at it. So those are the three main bulks of the actual anime. Highly recommend you guys watch it. It is definitely a fun watch. It's very much more grounded. It is an entirely different experience than the Z Super GT. It takes the Saiyan out of the Dragon Ball, really, because Goku is just a gifted martial artist going on these very grounded but fun adventures. And the humor, you'll definitely like the humor. So I think it's worth the watch. I think we're going to be holding a watch party in the Discord for those of you interested in watching Path to Power. Stay tuned for announcements in the Discord for that as we approach this. I think we'll probably watch this in about a day or two, so stay tuned. But anyway, this movie is definitely a fun watch because it covers the Red Ribbon Army Saga. So basically start off with Goku meeting all the characters, learning about the world, and then basically going in and taking on the Red Ribbon Army. And then of course Goku's charm, meeting supposed villains who then become good guys. That sort of trope sort of kicks in very early. And it's a very nice watch. And actually, there's a couple of key moments that are very iconic from this that some of you might have recognized from GIFs or whatnot, but don't necessarily know where this comes from. This is one of them. Goku using his little spinning Kamehameha. This angle, this animation, you can bet this is definitely going to be there in this unit's skill set for sure, because this is right after he's avenging his fallen friend, and he is using all of his might to muster up this Kamehameha to take down this dude's, I forgot what the name of the machine is, the giant red ribbon machine. Another very iconic and visceral image is Goku mourning the loss of his friend. Spoiler alert, it's been what, like 50 years since this came out, whatever. No, I'm exaggerating, like 30 years. That's still a lot, but still, this moment right here, it is worth watching, and hearing the voice acting, both dub and sub do a phenomenal job. So yeah, highly recommend you guys watch this either in the movie version or in the anime. It is very powerful and very visceral. So yeah, this movie is a fun watch, and the characters they could be bringing in, I don't think any one of them I mean, we have a couple like Kid Goku, we've got Android 8. They are in the game, but not necessarily from this. Would the units be considered movie heroes? Is this retelling, is this OVA considered a movie? Because when it comes to like units like Future Gohan and Trunks, they're from the History of Trunks. History of Trunks isn't technically a movie, like there's a retelling of it in a special, and then there's also like the flashbacks from actual Z. So it all depends on what they're going to do with this one. I don't imagine they're going to make these units movie heroes, movie bosses. We'll see. In terms of who they could bring, Bulma could be a banner unit, Android 8 could be a banner unit, Roshi, Yamcha, even some of the Red Ribbon Army units could also be banner units. And also don't forget that when you look at the Dragon Ball Saga category, Goku came with 2 banner units back in the day when he came out. You had Demon King Piccolo and Roshi. So we could see again 2 featured banner units, because that's not uncommon anymore. We've seen that multiple times. So that could very well happen again. So I'll have to wait and see. Now, the thing is, though, the category is extremely niche, because if you're running these units, chances are you're running either Peppy Gals or a Dragon Ball Saga team. There's really not much crossover unless you're looking at maybe like Demon King Piccolo. He's maybe the only one that really fits on other types of teams. But like Android 8, he's an android, sure, but you're not going to be running this guy on too many android type teams, because you need to have a Goku's family category ally on the team, which limits his potential. Also, if you look at some of the links here, the links also severely deplete their value outside of their core category. Incredible Adventure is one such example. Incredible Adventure is basically Dragon Ball Saga. So that's not going to work. If you look at other categories like searching for the what is it called? Like guidance of the Dragon Balls. Yeah. Guidance in the Dragon Balls, again, Dragon Ball Saga. So not going to gain much value outside of the category. So these units have to be well designed enough to actually justify using them in their little bubble, right? They have to be good enough. So I hope that they do a good job designing these units. I hope this Goku is beyond busted so that it actually makes the unit worth pulling and actually taking the time and effort to assemble a basic Dragon Ball Saga team. Now, the other main question that's going to be coming out of this celebration is going to be the EZAs, because when it comes to a new Dokkanfest, there has to be some sort of a contemporary EZA that kind of matches the unit in terms of imagery, you know, hype and that sort of thing. So naturally, the one and only option for an EZA is going to be Kid Goku. Kid Goku getting an EZA makes all kinds of sense. He is a Dokkan Festival lead, leads multiple categories. If you're failing to summon the actual unit, this will be a nice replacement. Hopefully they make this guy as broken as possible, because this guy deserves it. This is the only other Dragon Ball Saga lead, and they need to have some more powerful units on categories like this that are more obscure. Same with Namekians. These two categories are just tremendously disrespected, that I hope that they really make up for by making this guy really good. One question people are going to have is if this Goku youth is going to be able to synergize with the new Dokkanfest Kid Goku. It all depends on how they name the unit, and there is reason to suspect that there could potentially be some promise there based on this image right here, the legendary election. If we look at Goku Youth, actually no, it shows Goku Kid right here. So this was kind of before my time. I wasn't playing Dokkan or covering Dokkan when this released. This was like, what, year 3, year 2? Some of you veteran Dokkanners can let me know. But back then, they apparently had this like social media thing where you could vote for the next LR. So back in the day, they gave Goku the Goku Kid nomenclature. So, you know, it's not like they have to follow Goku Youth just like they do here. In fact, let me actually look it up on the Dokkan Wiki. So let's pull it up here. Categories. Let's go to Youth, whichever one pops up first. Which one's first? Pure Saiyan's fine. All right, go to Pure Saiyans. We're gonna have to go to Goku, go to Disambiguation. It's so annoying to have to navigate through all this. All right, so Goku, there's a billion of them. So let's see if we can find Goku Youth. Goku Youth Giant Ape. There actually is no Goku Kid. So that doesn't bode well. I really thought that there was at least one Goku Kid. Actually, there is. Oh wait, no, that's Gohan Kid. See, I mean, they'll do Gohan Kid, so why don't they call Goku Kid? I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully they name this unit Goku Kid. That would open the door for those two units to run together. I think it's imperative that they do, because otherwise that's going to also significantly reduce the value. But now, other than that, what are some other possible EZAs? Of course, the other summonable ones, sure. But they're not going to give these guys EZAs before the Dokkanfest. So if we were to consider this as a guarantee, where else could we go? Well, everybody else is basically free to play. And that's where I come into the topic of what I wanted to say at the beginning of the video. This could ultimately change the landscape of the World Tournament scene, because a lot of these units are from World Tournament. Jackie Chun, World Tournament. Tien, World Tournament. All of these units, Mercenary Tao, World Tournament. Demon King Piccolo, World Tournament. All of the major heavy hitters, except for Master Roshi, but he is free to play, are basically World Tournament units. So what I think this could potentially mean is that starting from this celebration, we're going to see a new... I don't know if we're going to see a revamp for the World Tournament per se. I think they are going to start rolling out some EZAs for World Tournament units, which then effectively increases the value for these units moving forward. So what that means for you on Global is if we get a World Tournament, which we most definitely will before this Dokkanfest arrives on Global, it might start to pay a little bit more to put a little bit more effort into it to at least get the bare minimum one copy of the units or something like that. Because I think that is the only direction they could potentially go, other than giving one Dokkanfest to the or one EZA to the Dokkan Festival Goku. You also got the free-to-play story event drop, the Goku Arale. That would be an option. But then after that, where do you go? Like, you know, where else do you go from here? They're obviously not going to be bringing back Arale, like the whole Arale crossover thing. That's just never going to happen. So that's not an option. But everybody else, pretty much, yeah. I would love to actually have these guys be useful. I want to run Dragon Ball Saga. I can't. I can't use them on anything except for maybe like a Dokkan event. But even then, like, what's the fun in that? I want to be fighting Cell Max with Jackie Moon. All right. I want to be fighting Cell Max with Grandpa Gohan and his mask. I want to be shoving these little helmet frisbees at Cell Max's face, and I want it to actually mean something. Tell me you agree. Tell me you don't want to run these units. I'll wait. Go ahead. Like, this guy's so good. What if he gets an EZA? What if he's the first EZA, actually? That'd be pretty awesome. Some of these units are so good, they're just missing like one key component that if they were getting EZA, that would completely change how they're built. I need some of that. So I really hope that they take this opportunity to really go crazy with the Dragon Ball representation. We don't get this sort of thing all too often. Given that this is really only the second time we're doing this, I hope that they go insane with it. And obviously that would mean World Tournament getting some sort of an update. If they maybe seem to update the event, that would be a big win. If they don't do that, at least if they can give these units eventual EZAs, that would definitely increase the incentive for players to actually participate. And there's an avenue for both hardcore and regular players. If you were to go crazy and try to go for the top 100, you have something, you know, you have more incentive now for doing that. If you just want to get the basic stuff done, there is an avenue for that, because when you reach certain scores, you will get the copy of the new unit anyways. So everybody wins if they increase the value of the World Tournament event itself and the World Tournament unit. So please make it happen, please. That's it. That's my TED Talk. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on Dragon Ball Saga now getting a Dokkan Festival rep. Do you agree with my takes on the World Tournament EZAs having to be a thing? What sort of EZAs do you think we could see other than the Dokkan Festival Kid Goku? And have you seen Path to Power? That is a big question I want to know from you guys. Let me know if you've seen it or if you've not seen it. I want to know how many Dragon Ball anime watchers or Dragon Ball anime movie watchers we have in this channel. So let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know I want to see more of my stuff. Do it. And for global, if you're wondering when our next drop is going to be, probably either tonight or tomorrow, we'll probably get some info on the next Dokkan Fest. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and to Dokkan responsibly.